They took the best rookie in the draft who's played above expectations. I would make the same pick every single time and find a way to build around him.
The toss out to Barkley. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a 1st down.
Here we go on 4th down with Madden. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So just shy of midfield, they tried it, didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
They'll run it here with Blunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball to the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. A perfectly executed crossing route. So just a lone field goal in this first. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off. So
out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's a give to Barkley. Finding room inside the 40. And now running right through it. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 55 yards. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Boys, I get those. I get those. I legit get those.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point.
I get those.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Hey, let's go.
And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
What? What do you mean? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully.
40-3.
Did someone dare them to
Yeah,
do
I know.
that?
It's a flag.
Did someone
It's a flag.
dare them to do that? What
Oh,
was
not
that?
mine.
Saw something on film, but do you see something on
bitch.
film when goes to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a
Damn.
hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Wait, Lions.
So here come the Lions
After
now.
this game,
And last time they got 3
play.
points, but it was a
So
field goal.
Fortnite.
When you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balance.
Bro,
You're
dude, kid.
exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
Yeah. If you want to hit them really, really hard to make them fumble the ball, you press L2 and the truck.
Not easily done.
And as a
Hit them
defensive
really, really
end,
hard
getting
where
off
they
the
fumble the ball.
quickly,
You
swarming
press
the football,
L2
making a tackle.
and
That's
then
what we
truck.
saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job
I think
is, and really a lot of the time they have to
we're about to
throttle
find
back
out.
a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance.
Before I did
They're
that
just
to
headed
Blake,
straight
and
for
I
the
literally made a
quarterback.
whole
That was good
field
recognition
touchdown,
on that
100
play
yards.
to hold them to no gain.
Here's Reddick.
You're
He finds an opening past the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs
Look
to
at
the
that.
proper hold,
My
but they're
feet.
being created
My
by an
fingers.
offensive line that has the leverage game going
Boom.
for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space,
Cover
and he's
one
finding
QB
it in a
contain-
big way. Gotta
contains
love what they're doing
somebody.
on offense right now.
Alright, guys. So, if it's like the end of the quarter, 5 seconds, and you're losing and you only need 1 touchdown, call timeout.
On first and 10, Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he takes this one in
What?
for a Lions touchdown.
He
T.J. Jones, 57 yards. And the Lions are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. Prater for the extra point. And it is...